Something unbelievable just happened in the car world, and almost nobody saw it coming. While Tesla fans were waiting for the long-promised $25,000 Model 2, Toyota quietly dropped a car that costs even less and might just end Tesla's dream before it begins. No massive event, no flashy Elon-style livestream, just a quiet, surgical move from one of the most disciplined automakers on Earth. A fully electric car starting at $17,999, ready to hit mass production. It's not a rumor, it's not a concept, it's real, and it's the kind of move only Toyota could pull off. Because where other companies race to be first, Toyota waits, watches, and then strikes with precision. This time, their target is the very foundation of the electric car market: affordability. The dream that Tesla promised years ago, an electric car for everyone. But the twist? It's not Tesla making that dream happen, it's Toyota. How did they do it? How did the company once mocked for being too slow in the EV race suddenly leap ahead with a car cheaper than anything on the market and still manage to keep Toyota-level quality and reliability? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the strategy behind this $17,999 shock, the hidden technology, the global plan, and the reason this single move might trigger the biggest price war the auto industry has seen in decades. Because this isn't just about a new car, it's about who will control the future of transportation. To understand how Toyota just pulled off this $17,999 shock, you first need to understand how Toyota plays the game. Because Toyota doesn't chase hype, it studies, waits, and then moves with precision that feels almost surgical. While the rest of the industry raced to electrify their fleets, Toyota stayed quiet. Critics called them outdated, conservative, even stubborn. But behind the scenes, Toyota wasn't asleep, it was calculating. They watched as startups burn through billions trying to scale EV production. They watched legacy brands rush unfinished tech to market, plagued by recalls, software glitches, and battery fires. And they took notes. See, Toyota has always believed in long-term dominance, not short-term glory. It's the same philosophy that made the Prius the world's first successful hybrid, a car that everyone mocked at first, until it outsold entire lineups. When competitors zig, Toyota waits for the market to reveal its weaknesses, then builds the perfect counterstrike. And this time, that counterstrike came in the form of a compact, shockingly affordable electric car that's about to redefine the word entry-level. While Tesla focused on pushing the boundaries of luxury EVs, Toyota quietly perfected its supply chain, battery chemistry, and mass production systems. They didn't want to be first. They wanted to be unbeatable when they arrived, because Toyota's philosophy isn't about innovation for attention, it's about innovation that lasts decades. Every delay, every pause, every year of silence was part of the plan. And that plan just reached its turning point. Toyota has always been the master of patience, but patience isn't weakness, it's strategy. And now, for the first time, that strategy has exploded into the open. Because with this single move, the $17,999 EV, Toyota isn't just entering the electric race, they might be about to end it. Before Toyota unveiled its $17,999 electric car, the world thought they'd fallen behind. While Tesla, BYD, and Hyundai were parading new EVs every few months, Toyota seemed absent. No flashy events, no viral prototypes, just silence. But that silence wasn't hesitation, it was preparation. Because inside Toyota's R&D division, engineers were working on something bigger than a single model. They were developing what insiders now call the triple tech strategy. 3 interconnected technologies designed to dominate the next 2 decades of mobility. The first was hybrid mastery. Toyota perfected this tech long before the EV boom, and it became their secret weapon. Hybrids gave Toyota unmatched experience in battery efficiency, motor control, and regenerative systems, all while generating profits that kept the company stable through global recessions. The second pillar was solid-state batteries. While others were still experimenting, Toyota quietly filed hundreds of patents, more than any other automaker. These batteries promise faster charging, longer life, and greater safety, the holy grail of electric tech. and Toyota's engineers have already built prototypes capable of full charges in under 10 minutes. The third pillar, affordable electrification. Instead of chasing luxury margins, Toyota designed new platforms optimized for scale. Simplified drivetrains, modular components, and cost-cutting innovations borrowed from decades of manufacturing perfection. Their goal wasn't to build the fastest EV, it was to build the EV that everyone could afford. So while competitors fought for the high-end market, Toyota was setting the stage for a revolution. Every press release about delay or caution was a smokescreen hiding one of the most aggressive R&D pushes in automotive history. They didn't want to launch early. They wanted to launch once and never look back. Because Toyota knew something the rest of the industry forgot. The real winner isn't the company that builds the most expensive car. It's the one that builds the car everyone drives. And with that philosophy, the triple tech strategy, Toyota was about to unleash the storm. When Toyota finally broke their silence, the world didn't believe it at first. A fully electric vehicle priced at $17,999 from a company known for playing it safe? It sounded like a marketing trick, or worse, an exaggerated translation from a foreign press release. But then came the confirmation. Toyota's global headquarters officially announced it, a compact, all-electric hatchback engineered for mass production, built on a newly refined ETNGA platform. It wasn't a concept, it wasn't a teaser, it was real, and it was ready. And just like that, the entire EV market went into panic mode. Tesla's long-awaited $25,000 Model 2 suddenly looked expensive. Chinese automakers like BYD and NIO, who dominated the affordable EV segment, realized they were facing a monster with decades of global trust and unmatched production power. Even European brands like Volkswagen and Renault scrambled for statements, trying to reassure investors that their electric futures were still intact. But Toyota's move wasn't just about price, it was about credibility. When Toyota says a car will last 20 years, people believe it. When Toyota says an EV can handle heat, cold, and rough roads, people don't question it. And that's what made this $17,999 model so devastating to competitors. It wasn't just cheap, it was believable. Inside the industry, analysts called it a Category 5 disruption. Investors rushed to rethink valuation models. Suppliers began renegotiating contracts overnight. Even Elon Musk was forced to comment, calling Toyota's move bold and overdue. But behind the headlines, something deeper was happening. Toyota wasn't just launching a car, they were launching a statement. They were proving that affordability doesn't have to mean compromise. And for the first time, the dream of a truly accessible electric vehicle wasn't coming from Silicon Valley. It was coming from Japan. What happened next would push every automaker, including Tesla, into an all-out scramble to survive the coming price war. Because Toyota hadn't just dropped a new car, they had rewritten the rules of the game. When Toyota revealed the specs of its $17,999 EV, the reaction wasn't disbelief, it was confusion. How could a car this cheap deliver performance numbers that rivaled vehicles nearly twice its price? It didn't seem possible, until engineers began breaking down what was really happening under the hood. At the heart of Toyota's new EV lies a revolutionary lithium iron phosphate battery pack, developed in-house and optimized for both cost and longevity. It's not flashy, it's smart. By focusing on LFP chemistry, Toyota avoided the use of expensive materials like nickel and cobalt, cutting production costs by almost 40% compared to conventional lithium-ion cells. It's not flashy, it's smart. By focusing on LFP chemistry, Toyota avoided the use of expensive materials like nickel and cobalt, cutting production costs by almost 40% compared to conventional lithium-ion cells. But the real genius isn't just in what they built, it's in how they built it. Instead of outsourcing battery assembly, Toyota created a modular cell-to-pack system, eliminating dozens of redundant parts and dramatically improving energy density. The result? A compact car that delivers 310 kilometers, 193 miles, of real-world range, not lab-tested fantasy numbers, but real driving data under urban and highway conditions. And charging? Thanks to Toyota's fast charge architecture, the car can go from 10% to 80% in under 20 minutes using standard infrastructure. No proprietary connectors, no overhyped promises. Then there's the software, the silent powerhouse behind it all. Unlike Tesla's cloud-first approach, Toyota built a hybrid intelligence system that stores essential functions locally, reducing lag and improving reliability in regions with poor connectivity. It's not about flashy touchscreens or gaming features. It's about pure, dependable function. Every inch of this car is designed for mass adoption. Simplified electronics, fewer moving parts, smart weight distribution. It's the same minimalist efficiency that made the Corolla unstoppable, reborn for the EV age. And yet, the car doesn't feel cheap. Inside, you'll find Toyota's classic ergonomic design, a digital cluster that's clean and intuitive, and recycled interior materials that look premium without the premium cost. In short, Toyota didn't just design a budget EV, they engineered a system so efficient, so ruthlessly optimized, that it redefines what affordable can mean. And while consumers were celebrating a new era of accessibility, Toyota's rivals were quietly panicking because they realized something terrifying. If Toyota can build this at $17,999 today, what will they be able to build for $15,000 tomorrow? To understand how Toyota managed to build a full electric car for just $17,999, you have to step inside their factories, because the secret isn't just technology, it's discipline. While most automakers were chasing innovation at any cost, Toyota was doing something very different. They were perfecting cost control as an art form. Every bolt, every wire, every battery cell, Toyota questioned it. Do we need it? Can it be simplified? Can it be built in-house? And most of the time, the answer was yes. Unlike Tesla, which relies on hundreds of third-party suppliers spread across continents, Toyota built a vertically integrated supply chain that's been refined for over 50 years. From steel production to microchips, from battery casings to motors, Toyota has a hand in nearly every part of the process. That means fewer middlemen, fewer markups, and a level of efficiency that most automakers can only dream of. Then there's production scale. Toyota builds over 10 million vehicles a year. That scale lets them negotiate materials at prices so low, smaller companies can't even compete. Their logistics network is a global machine, optimized down to the minute, with automated systems that cut waste and downtime to near zero. But perhaps the biggest advantage of all is experience. While EV startups are still learning how to mass-produce complex drivetrains, Toyota has been perfecting mass production since the 1960s. Their lean manufacturing system, copied by nearly every major brand, is designed to eliminate anything that doesn't add value. The result? A car that costs less to build, less to ship, and less to maintain without sacrificing reliability. And here's the kicker. Toyota didn't just make this efficiency work for one car. They built a new modular EV platform that can spawn an entire family of vehicles, hatchbacks, sedans, crossovers, all sharing the same parts and systems. That means every future model gets cheaper to produce, faster to assemble, and easier to scale. So while others are still bleeding money on every EV they sell, Toyota is about to profit from the one thing no one else could crack: making electric cars sustainable to build. It's not just a breakthrough in technology, it's a masterclass in strategy. Because Toyota didn't just cut costs, they cut everyone else's future margins to pieces. The moment Toyota unveiled its $17,999 electric car, the global auto industry froze. Stock prices trembled. Analysts went silent. And somewhere in California, a team at Tesla realized they had just been outflanked in the one area Elon Musk said would define the future: affordability. Tesla's long-promised $25,000 Model 2 was supposed to make EVs mainstream. It was the dream: cheap, fast, global. But Toyota didn't just beat that dream to the finish line, they undercut it by nearly $7,000 and did it without a single ounce of Silicon Valley hype. Inside Tesla's headquarters, reports say teams were immediately reassigned to cost-cutting projects. Suppliers were asked for emergency quotes. Even Musk himself, during an investor call, admitted that a new wave of competition from established players was coming faster than expected. He didn't name Toyota, but everyone knew. Meanwhile, in China, BYD, the reigning champion of affordable EVs, faced its first real global threat. For years, BYD dominated Asia with aggressive pricing and government backing. But now, Toyota was bringing something BYD never fully achieved: global trust. Consumers around the world already knew Toyota's name stood for reliability. BYD had speed and scale, but Toyota had reputation and reach. And in Europe, legacy automakers like Volkswagen, Renault, and Peugeot suddenly found themselves cornered. They had promised cheap EVs by 2026 or sometime after, but Toyota just made that timeline look ancient. Every CEO briefing turned into crisis management. Plans were torn up, deadlines moved forward. Because Toyota didn't just launch a car, they launched a shockwave that ripped through boardrooms from California to Berlin. It wasn't only about price, it was about proof. Toyota proved that EV affordability wasn't a fantasy. It was just a matter of discipline and scale. Suddenly, the entire industry was being forced to play Toyota's game. And the rules were simple. If you can't compete at $17,999, you might not compete at all. Tesla scrambled, BYD doubled production, European automakers begged for subsidies. And in the middle of it all, Toyota smiled, calm, quiet, and unstoppable. Because while the world was reacting, Toyota was already planning the next strike. And it wouldn't just reshape the EV market. It would redefine who controls the future of mobility. To understand what Toyota just did, you have to stop thinking of cars and start thinking of systems. Toyota's real game isn't about selling a single cheap EV. It's about owning the road itself. For years, while other companies chased headlines, Toyota quietly built an invisible empire. Factories in every continent, partnerships with battery makers, hydrogen research centers, and a supply chain that touches every corner of the planet. They didn't just prepare for electric vehicles, they prepared for every possible future. Because unlike most automakers, Toyota doesn't believe the world will shift to one power source. They see the future as multi-powered. EVs for cities and short commutes, hybrids for developing nations and long-distance drivers, and hydrogen for heavy transport and regions with limited charging networks. This triple tech approach, electric, hybrid, and hydrogen, is Toyota's mobility trifecta. Each technology feeds into the other, creating a global safety net no rival can match. If lithium prices spike, Toyota leans on hybrids. If hydrogen becomes cheap, they scale fuel cells. If EV demand surges, their new solid-state batteries are ready. It's not chaos, it's chess. And the board? It's the entire planet. While Tesla builds one gigafactory at a time, Toyota operates in over 170 countries. That means when they decide to move, the move is instant and global. No new permits, no new logistics, just press start. Their plan for 2030 is staggering. Launch a full range of affordable EVs, hybrids, and hydrogen models, achieve full carbon neutrality in production, use AI-powered factories that self-correct in real time, and, most importantly, democratize mobility, make clean transportation available to every income level. For Toyota, this isn't just about innovation. It's about control. If they can build cars that run on any power source, in any country, with any infrastructure, then no government, crisis, or competitor can stop them. That's not a company. That's an ecosystem. And that's why the $17,999 EV isn't the finish line. It's the opening move in Toyota's campaign to rule the next century of transportation. Because while the world argues about EVs versus hybrids versus hydrogen, Toyota's answer is simple. Why not all three? And as the competition scrambles to keep up, Toyota's already thinking 10 years ahead, designing a world where your car, your energy, and your mobility are all connected, a world quietly powered by Toyota. So here we are, at the crossroads of the electric revolution. Tesla, BYD, Volkswagen, Ford, all giants, all scrambling to find their footing. And then there's Toyota, the quiet one, the patient one, the one that waited decades, studied every move, and dropped a $17,999 bombshell that left the industry reeling. The question now isn't just about who makes the fastest or the most luxurious EV. It's about who will control the future of mobility. Who will shape the streets, the cities, and the way billions of people move for decades to come. Toyota isn't just building cars. They're building options, electric, hybrid, hydrogen, a global strategy that ensures no matter what the future demands, they will be ready. Tesla still has its tech, its brand, its loyal following. BYD has its aggressive pricing and massive production. And legacy automakers have history, resources, and global reach. But Toyota has something rarer: foresight, patience, and scale combined. They understand that the battle won't be fought on a racetrack or in a tech lab alone. It will be fought in factories, in supply chains, in reliability tests, in every market from New York to New Delhi. And for the first time, the world is seeing a company that can fight on all fronts: affordability, innovation, and trust simultaneously. So the real suspense isn't whether Toyota can make a car, it's whether the rest of the industry can catch up. Because the electric race isn't just about batteries anymore. It's about strategy, endurance, and vision. And Toyota has already shown they have all three. The future is here, the race has begun, and the first move belongs to Toyota. So tell us, who do you think will dominate the next decade of mobility? Will it be Tesla with its high-tech empire, or Toyota with its quiet, unstoppable strategy? The battle for the future has only just begun.